Alright, so let's keep going with the ranked climb. For today's session, I think at the start I'm going to start talking about people watching and observing habits and developing counterplay based on that. So I'll make that my focus for a bit of today's video. So the first stock in this match that's coming up, I'm going to observe and call out people's habits for the first stock mainly, and then for the second stock I'll try to develop counterplay based on that. So we're going to go to Jules Vale to get some more space and then go from there. Alright, so we got some short hopping in neutral with projectile based gameplay, which means like I could parry the projectile. I'm not really presenting any threat, and they're already like jumping into me. So, for example, like I could start stuffing those out with F tilt, or even just jumping into them with fair to kill the short hopping a fair amount. And yeah, generally when you're people watching, you kind of want to be a bit less passive about it than what I'm doing right now, where I'm just like full on watching what they're doing and then responding to it, because at least in tournament play or on ranked, it can be a bit slow. Like we'll find is that if you're always like trying to observe people's habits and then respond to them instead of coming up with your own basic gameplay, you'll generally start each match off on the back foot and then rely on your reads to catch up later in the match, which can make it difficult to keep pace for the entire set. Like if you want to have consistent results in tournament, you generally want to try to take the advantage from the start and get your opponent to play the game at your pace as opposed to playing the game at theirs. I'm not saying that you can't have like good results from playing like very passively and going for reads, but just because I did that for like many years when I was playing Melee, but eventually it got to the point where it's just like, yeah, I was spending too many sets in tournament on the back foot. So yeah, again, in terms of this person's habits, we got a lot of short hops coming out, a lot of full hops coming out too. And like one of the ways to react to that is to just go intercept them with fair repeatedly. And yeah, if they're gonna side B towards stage like this, you just sort of fair them again, over and over again. But I think this person's kind of just trolling at this point, which is fair. Okay, yeah. So
don't waste my time.
I think I probably I probably played a bit too much like my normal self for that gameplay. So let's go back to positioning and simple edge guards. But yeah, again, like if you see your opponent jumping a lot in neutral, it can be good to overshoot some forward air into them to try to intercept their jump. And back air is pretty good for this too. Yeah, so generally the idea is you use your your grounded gameplay to get your opponent to go high, and then you start bringing in like forward air and back air into your neutral more once you see that your opponent is frequently going high in response to your grounded gameplay. Either that, or you can also just pivot back into down tilt to punish them from there.
Get in my way.
Cool. Yeah, so for a lot of like observing habits and stuff, generally every single interaction that you have, whether you win it or lose it, is going to have like something to teach you about your opponent's mindset and how they think about the game and what options they generally prefer using. Especially the options they pick when you're not even like anywhere close to interacting with them. But then also, once you get within like their threat bubble range, so like for Clairen, for example, like you can imagine it as like the forward tilt range, you can sort of see like how do they defend themselves, do they dash back, do they bring out their shield, do they jump, and use that to sort of build like a heat map of areas that you can attack a bit preemptively to get an advantage. Alright, so we've got a Lockstaunt here. For this match, I'm going to show some positioning against Lockstaunt aerials and stuff. I mean, the main challenge of this matchup is that you have to play it pretty precisely in terms of spacing, or else you can get like your opponent can get a big punish off the grab, like this. So for example there, like I shot a down tilt too close to their shield and that gets them a grab. And generally like a lot of Lockstaunts are like always looking for a grab because of how devastating the punish can be out of it. So you have to space accordingly. Yeah, so to survive there against like down air, just keep holding towards the wall and pressing L repeatedly as you make contact. To survive longer. Okay, yeah, so I should be focusing on getting back to center stage here, and then going from there. Okay. So yeah, this Lockstaunt is poking as they get off of ledge. So one way that I can try to develop counterplay to that is to hold shield here and then grab them, and then get a forward smash from there off a back throw. So that's like another situation where you want to observe your opponent's habits to start to develop counterplay. For combo game against Lockstaunt, I'm following Maddie's like flowchart for like 0 to 50% combos. I think there is supposed to do like a runaway back air or maybe an up air. Oh shoot. Yeah, so for edge guarding there, I kind of fell into one of my habits of just grabbing ledge and then using get up attack, and that's pretty good at preventing Loxodon from using up B immediately. They generally have to stall it out so that you lose your ledge invulnerability a bit, but then the get up attack gives you invulnerability. Also, I'm just sort of naturally bringing in more elements of my own punish game and playing less in the positional style that I'm trying to emphasize with this video series, so I should try to tone that down a bit. Okay, so yeah, for that, I need to first get back to center stage, you know, sort of go poke them where they're standing over there. For F-tilt, like that, you sort of wait it out, and then you can wave dash forward into like down tilt or grab to punish them accordingly.
You won't get in my way.
Yeah, so for this next game, let me try to play a bit more back to basics, I guess. Yeah, so for projectile like usage like that at that range, one thing you can do to challenge Loxodon is go poke them with down tilt. So like if they try to create distance, then use their projectile, you poke them. Nice, that was a good good overshoot with up smash. Okay. Just trying to get my way back to center stage here by threatening going there and then letting Loxodon commit first with their movement. When they shield next to ledge, I try to cover it using Nair to have the shield stun cover a route back. Alright, so I want to get back to center stage here. If they use a falling back air into me like that, I can just grab it. So that's one technique for dealing with Loxodon up B, is you just dash into it and then parry. The timing can be a bit tricky though, so sometimes it's best to just let them grab ledge and then go for a ledge trap based on whatever habits you observe. Around now is when I want to start looking for like back throw into forward smash to end the stock, but you want to sort of get it a bit closer to the ledge than what I did there. Yeah, so I stood too far away from ledge there, which let Loxodon get back on for free. Should probably reposition myself more around like this range to make it complicated for them. So that way they do something like run up shield, and then you can get a grab and do a punish. Yeah, if they use like the special get up, you can give them some space and then punish with forward smash, or you can down air them, for example. Okay, yeah, so trying to prevent them from getting to me with down tilt to force them more and using something like forward air. Their response is generally to get a bit closer and then use forward tilt, but because they're committing with forward tilt too, I can wait that out and then punish. Should be dead here. Okay, so just sweet spot the ledge. Oops, thought the rock would miss me. Waiting to see what they do, and then go to the space they're not in. Nice. I should have stalled a bit more before getting off of ledge there. I still had some ledge refreshes I could have used. Right, yeah, so... trying to prevent them from moving into my space with down tilt. That was a good shield grab. I'm trying to aim for the ledge here to get some invulnerability and get back to center stage. Slox is forced to up B so I can counter it, and then grab ledge to prevent them from sweet spotting. You can do that into get up attack or forward air, for example. Forward air, they'll probably DI it down and then tech. So you should be prepared for a follow-up there. Well, shoot. Alright. Okay, Ranno. So again, probably going to be using some like back airs to prevent them from going down or down tilt to outspace their slow aerial speed, and then wave dash out of shield to get through like some of the projectile pressure. Okay, yeah, so we're seeing that Ranno's going high generally off those first few interactions, so to dissuade that I can try to get myself beneath them and then up tilt them. It was a bit off on the down tilt timing there for the edge guard, so I expect Ranno to be going high here, and then I'll react accordingly with up tilt. Should be able to down tilt the recovery there. Yeah, it was a bit slow on the ton. Right, yeah. So Ranno's generally getting above me and then air dodging, so I can respond to that in kind with just waiting out the air dodge and then going and hitting them. Generally just trying to avoid getting hit off the faster ton recoveries there. Alright, yeah, so now we're seeing some more like grounded play and projectiles. Yeah, Ranno loves to edge cancel into like a falling aerial so you can cover the edge of the platform to handle that. Just want a sweet spot here. Should have been focusing on getting back to center stage instead of attacking them there, so they get a free punish. Like here, I'll just try to get back to center stage, and then up tilt at a high percent will kill them. Okay, yeah. So should probably start responding to the projectile play here. A few options. One is that they have to create some space to use the projectile in the first place, so I can just run forward and down tilt to attack into that space that they want to be creating. But then they can respond with some more aggression. Yeah, just setting up the up tilt tech chase there by standing underneath the platform. And I would just down tilt them repeatedly. I think Ranno could have lived there using bubble. That's okay. Get back to center stage. Try to avoid dying early. Ranno's calling this out with up air, but it's not really killing me, so that's fine. That'll probably kill me, yeah. Yeah, off of a down air, you just have to be a bit patient. I think if I was better, I could probably parry it, question mark, but not entirely sure. So I generally just tend to wait and shield until some of the follow-up hits after the dare are done, and then create space and go back to neutral.
Don't waste my time.
The stages I'm banning aren't super important. I just generally ban Capital and Harbor, because Capital can lead to some really long-lasting stocks, especially when I'm playing very tilt-heavy like this. And Harbor, I just don't want to like mess up a recovery and die early. Or get edge guarded in some weird way that I can't recover from using the wall. Yeah, so sometimes when Ranno, or when your opponent gives you space by the corner, you can just do like a regular get up from ledge to grab that corner. Or if you want to do it a bit faster, you can try like jumping off of the stage and then wave landing directly down to get that nice sort of very tip of the stage. And what's nice about that is like it's very hard for your opponent to like hit you directly when you're standing right there at the tip of the corner. Like it's just you sort of have to commit a lot more to reach there. Like even Ranno using fair there is like they're trying to drift it. They're not drifting it forward, so it doesn't connect. But if they did drift it forward, then they could accidentally end up like drifting off stage and giving me an edge guard for free, like if I shielded the fair. So it's a tricky position, and it's very useful to abuse it to make your life complicated for your opponent at the corner. So yeah, when Ranno's dash dancing like that, it's always good to just like go test them by throwing a down tilt deep into their space to see if they can defend themselves against it. And similarly, Ranno likes to create space here to use their projectiles or other sort of stuff, so again, like using down tilt deep into their space can help prevent them from creating that distance in the first place. So just grabbing the tip of the corner here, gonna try to use the bubble to get above them to try to avoid dying. And eventually, if they keep going above me, an up tilt will kill them. And yeah, if they're responding a lot to your down tilt pressure with immediate attacks, then you can just sort of down tilt in place to prevent them from counter hitting immediately. And that's a really useful technique against floor hugging. Like right now, they're floor hugging all of my down tilt hits, so you can just down tilt repeatedly to cover the distance that the floor hug creates. And I think the right counterplay to that is that you have to counter hit very quickly off the down tilt, or otherwise like start bringing out your shield more maybe. Yeah, not entirely sure off the top of my head. But I guess it's one of those things you can do to dissuade your opponent from floor hugging in the first place. It's just down tilting repeatedly. The other useful technique is like down tilt into baby dash down tilt, because it'll like cover some of the sliding distance that the floor hugging creates in the first place. And then once they get to super high percent, you can just F tilt them and it'll kill generally.
Don't waste my time.
So we've got another lock stomp to play here. Again, gonna try to focus mainly on outspace and then using down tilt. And yeah, maybe shield grabbing some of the dash attacks. And outspacing some of the aerials. Oop. Okay, their connection's doing something weird, so I'm just gonna make sure they're good. Alright, cool. Yeah. Alright, cool. Seems like they're good now. Okay. Yeah, so generally try to keep them in the corner and then observing what their corner escape habit is. There they got off ledge and then rolled. So I'll try to prevent them from getting off ledge in place using down tilt to cover that position. Nice, they saved their double jump there, that was good. Off of forward tilt to, again, wave dash forward into down tilt is good. Or you can just outspace it and then run in with down tilt afterwards. For the special get up, you can bait it out by running in a bit and then dash back and punish. Yeah, to avoid the forward smash there, down and away DI I think is what's necessary, although that's for Clairen against Clairen. Maybe it doesn't apply to locks. Yeah, so trying to hold this awkward spot where I have time to react to a lot of jab pressure and stuff. They're threatening a back air there, so I'm trying to bring my shield out to respond in kind. But then I can start down tilting the movement that they're using to get back to ledge. Bit of a greedy up tilt for me there, because they could have shield grabbed it, I think. Nice, good burst pressure against the shielding stuff. So generally, right now they're going high a lot and then creating like dashing back when they land. So one way I can counter that is by attacking a bit more deeply into their space instead of always hanging back. At the same time, I do have the lead here and the advantage, so I don't need to rush things exactly. I can let them overcommit with something like that, and then punish accordingly. So just by like standing here, I got them to air dodge, and then I was able to punish it with back air. Similar there, I was able to get myself underneath them, which encouraged them to double jump, and then I had an opportunity to use bear there to punish, though it whiffed. Yeah. So trying to escape from corner here. Probably should have down tilted instead of grabbing there on the projectile. Yes, this lockstone likes creating space, so I overshoot a down tilt into that space to punish it. Prevent them from grabbing or from standing on ledge using down tilt. I think the counterplay is that they have to get off of ledge a bit quicker than that to avoid losing their invulnerability. Since if they just always hang on ledge there, then by the time they get off of it, they'll no longer be invulnerable. Good reversal on the up B to avoid parry. Okay, yeah, so they used their double jump in the air there while I was standing below them, so it's a good opportunity to go back air them. And by standing here, they started rolling, so then I was able to go hit them with fair to punish, although I could have gone for a stronger punish like F tilt or forward smash. Yeah, and that's another way you can punish the side F tilt when they use it at that range. Good job bringing up their shield to against the down tilt. Yeah, so mainly targeting their dash back after they use a move right now. Wave dash forward into down tilt to punish the F tilt. So yeah, whenever they land off an aerial, they dash back a bit. So just keep attacking that repeatedly. And then if they try to go high, cut off that route with F tilt. And as you get more comfortable reading that rhythm, you can start to do more aggressive options to punish it, like grab instead of down tilt. Nice. Should have been a grab there, I think, but that was also good. Just gonna re-grab here. I still have another invincibility I can use, and then eventually they commit and I can punish. So got an edge guard situation here. They still have their double jump. Now they don't. So wait, they do. I guess. Yeah, I must have. Yeah, I think I missed something there. All right, so looking for like an F tilt or a forward air to close things. I could rush it by going a bit deeper off stage, but that's a bit risky. It could play into like a side B recovery hitting me and then killing me. So there's no need to rush it.
Don't waste my time.
Okay, Galvan. So one thing I'll show off a bit for this match, assuming they use projectiles a fair amount, is parrying the projectile into grab or up tilt. So the main trick there is that it can be a bit hard to tell from Galvan's animation when he's using the projectile or not. Like for me, I tend to mix it up with like forward air, etc. But if you put enough distance between you and Galvan, then you don't have to read the animation that much. You can react to the projectile directly instead. So sort of just waiting to see if they use the projectile here. Yeah. But still getting used to that one a bit, I guess. Alright, but they are using it, so I can start to bring in parry more accordingly. Just create a bit of space, and then use parry. Still leaving the timing down a bit though. So one thing I find that makes it easier to react to stuff is to stand still, so I know exactly my positioning at all times. So I'm going to try standing more. It's super passive, but yeah. Okay, maybe I just maybe I'm not able to do it today. Well, that's okay. Yeah, so instead in response to projectile, instead of like always going for parrying against it, another thing that I can do is just go forward air them, for example, when they jump, or go grab them or down tilt the landing. I'm gonna try to get back to center stage here. Yeah, so cutting off their route on the ground to me using down tilt to encourage them to start jumping more. Then I can start dash back into oh crap, I did that out of habit. Yeah, I can dash back into down tilt or grab to punish them. Yeah, for basic combo game against Galvan, you can sort of jump into their chest and then use forward air. For some reason, the sweet spot seems to be like a bit more inside of them compared to other heavies like Crag or Edalus. Yeah, they're doing a good job of ledge trapping me with their positioning here, so just sort of note that distance that they're using to keep me pinned on the ledge, and that's why being on the ledge is a bad position that you want to stay away from, and yeah, shouldn't grab too often. That was a bit of a dirty recovery trick, so when you tech super low like that, you still have your wall jump, so you can side B back into the wall, get the wall jump, and then up B twice to reach the ledge as like a last measure. Yeah, so just covering their jumping route back onto ledge using down tilt, and then going from there. Nice. They gave a bit of space there, so I tried to grab corner, but when they pushed into that space, using grab and punished me. That was good. So yeah, looking for back air, forward tilt here to kill, mainly. Or just tipper fair, they go high.
You won't get in my way.
So yeah, cut off the grounded route, start to encourage them to jump, and then once they're jumping, bring in more forward air to punish the jump. We're seeing a fair amount of like short hopping, or full hopping, so I can try to like intercept them using a full hop fair, for example. But it's really important that when you're doing that you first encourage them to jump using down tilt first. That's where it all sort of begins. But yeah, my spacing, not great right now, so one tool I can use to space a bit better is instead of doing approaching fairs, I can run up to them and then shield stop into the fair to kill my forward drift to help me space it a bit better. So run up, shield, kill your momentum, and then fair. But sometimes if I'm looking to follow through an attack, it's useful to drift the fair forward. But if you're just trying to outspace your opponent, then you want to either do it retreating or in place. Nice. Yeah, just get back to center stage to avoid any sort of reversal, and then play from there. Looking for a tipper bear here to kill. Yeah, so using fair to cover my my escape route out of disadvantage. Not really trying to hit them there, but just trying to cover my escape route. And since they pounce at the opportunity, it connects and ends up killing them. Okay. Nice. Okay, so in terms of making a comeback here, generally I tend to use my opponent's habits that I've observed throughout the course of the game. So the first habit is like the way they use like the grounded movement there. So I'll try to target that a bit more with down tilt. Should also be probably trying to just get out of corner a bit more instead of engaging from corner. So getting back to neutral and then playing from there. Yeah, good to dissuade a lot of these sort of burst options using using shield. Trying to put him above me, get him to do some sort of disadvantage habit like a air dodge, and then get rid of their jump and all their other resources. Nice, they're cutting off my escape route to center stage, so I have to take my time there. Yeah, so that's like one of those floor hugging counters using down tilt. You double down tilt twice into like a baby dash down tilt. The first two down tilts cover the first floor hug, and then the baby dash down tilt covers the second one. Nice. Okay, just escape from corner here. I'm gonna use F forward air as the punish, just to build some more percent. And then eventually around 100%, that's when I should start looking for back throw into forward smash. Should be getting out of corner here to avoid dying to back air. Nice, they're gonna try to keep me in corner. I was a bit hasty there and burned a lot of resources, so they got a good punish. Shouldn't be doing that. Alright, so looking for like a back throw around ledge into forward smash a bit. But also trying to prevent them from going high. Reading a double jump habit there, where I push myself towards them and then back air into their double jump position. Oh, shoot. That was a misinput. Yeah, that was really well played by the Galvan.
Don't waste my time.
And specifically when I say it was well played, I mean like, one, they were doing a good job of mixing up their options in neutral, so it was hard to get an exact read on when they were going to use the projectiles or not, which keeps me guessing and makes it harder to just like throw out parries and stuff. They're also like using their drift to do it from positions that are harder to react to. But then also I was really impressed with their corner trapping. I thought they were doing a really good job of using like their drift and their positions to kind of cover that area that Clairen naturally wants to jump into to escape ledge. And I think that's a huge part of playing Galvan effectively, is how you ledge trap and corner trap people. So for my part, I should probably be mixing up my ledge timings more and refreshing a bit, or trying to prevent situations that lead to the ledge trap in the first place. Like taking center stage more and playing more aggressively to keep them in disadvantage. Right, so we have a diamond level player here, high diamond. So for this game, I'm going to talk more about punish game. So generally you'll be seeing a lot of up throw into tech chasing and baby dashing. Yeah, nice. So they're playing pretty aggressively from the start. I can still outspace them using down tilt because they're undershooting into me a fair amount. Set up a tech chase, floor hug some of those weaker hits. At higher percents, forward air is good. They're double jumping a fair amount, so if I can sneak myself underneath them, I can set up a larger punish, like up tilt into F smash. Was reading a bit of a roll in there, but they didn't give it to me, but that's fine since I still keep stage positioning. Edge guard situation, just set up the sweet spot. Alright, trying to get back to center stage here. They're trying to keep me pinned in the corner. A bit greedy with that fair, should have just been using my movement to get back to center stage. Yeah, so for punish game, neutral B1, super useful at higher percents to cover some of those trickier angles that fair will no longer reach. Down tilt to check the sweet spot. Yeah, you have to be careful though to avoid getting clipped by up B like that. So that's where you sort of want to use like very small micro spacing to set up your ideal position that won't get you hit by up B before the ledge trapping or before the edge guarding situation. Just trying to get back to center stage here. Good job preventing me from doing that using the up air. But eventually I can just sort of roll into the space that they left behind. Yeah, so gonna grab the corner of platform here to encourage them to go high, and then sneak out low to get back to center stage. The point of all that is just to live for as long as possible instead of taking a fair in the corner and dying early. So trying to cut off the grounded route to me using down tilt here. Their response is floor hug into shield. I think off of that they could wave dash forward into another shield and get a grab off there. Yeah, holding straight up to try and live, covering the route to cover ledge with neutral B2. Good sweet spot. They're pushing me back into the corner with their pressure here. I probably should not be retreating back to corner. Yeah, off B to kill. Nice. Alright, so they're using shield a fair amount during the grounded movement, so I'm going to try to mix in some more raw grab into my pressure to punish that. Just like there, for example, when they whiff an aerial, they like to start bringing in the shield more, so that's something I can target with grab. Yeah, I was being a bit... that was some bad positioning on my part, throwing myself into the corner when there was no need for that. Could have grabbed center stage. So they're overcommitting a bit with parry, for example, when I don't think that's strictly necessary, but I think they're trying to get an early kill with a smash. But yeah, if I don't take the bait, then it's a free punish for me. Using my drift back there to avoid the fair. Just very slight drift back. Alright, so they're still taking grounded routes to me, so it would be good to cut those off with down tilt more. Let's go back to the tilt heavy gameplay that I was showing off at like the gold level, just to sort of show how that works at the higher level. So generally they'll start to respond by like taking over more like stage control and like shielding into your space. Nice. Trying to just grab ledge here, now get back to center stage. They're gonna push into me with an aerial. Yeah. Alright, so punish game, bear good for DIN. Nice. Alright, so yeah, good tech chase. Just grab ledge. If they smash like that, it's a free grab for me using a wave land. For the tech chase there, wave landing onto the platform to set up the grab. Yeah, I'm playing this game too much from the corner, so that's an adjustment I can make for the next game, is to do that less. Grabbing the ledge there forces them into a up B, which I can get up attack. I was hoping for an early up B to prevent me from grabbing the ledge there so that I could forward tilt it. Yeah, looking for like a forward tilt here to kill. Nice. But yeah, forward tilt, not super committal, although they can wave dash forward out of shield to get a free grab punish. But it's useful for keeping people boxed in. Alright, so in terms of adjustments to make, I played too much of that previous game trapped in the corner, so now I'm going to try and take the initiative a bit more for this game. So for example, ways to do that, or like, you know, being a bit more forward with your pressure. For gem, you can neutralize it using crouch cancel, or like shield into forward air, for example. Yeah, I shouldn't be shielding and neutral, I should be attacking and taking up the spaces that they want to be getting themselves into. Yeah. So I use my positioning to get them to go high and then try to cover that, but accidentally used a fair instead of a bear. Alright, just get rid of the gem, cut off the grounded spot. That girl will probably kill at that DI, yeah. I think they need to aim a bit more for the corner. Just holding straight up, probably could have gotten up B there to kill me. Alright, so for recovery, just riding the wall so I can tech anything that comes after me. Nice. Alright, so let's yeah, so useful to floor hug, but the issue is I can also give Olympia some openings. Jab, baby dash jab is useful against Olympia to do some of these early combos, but also baby dash neutral B is another good response. For DI up tilt is good, and do like a regrab on that DI. Sets up like a tech chase here. Reverse hit of back air is also good for just like popping someone in front of you for a regrab. Nice sweet spot. Yeah, need to escape from corner here. They're landing a fair amount with shield, so that's a good point to start just running forward and grabbing a bit more. Like there, for example. Expecting a double jump here. Oh nice, good mix-up. Expecting them to go high, so trying to cut off that route with back air first, preempting them a bit. I know that's going to hit me, but I'm not sure if it's going to kill me off a combo, so I was fine taking that hit. Holding up to try and live. Ride the wall. They didn't sweet spot, so I can forward tilt that. Yeah, and then cut off the rep to the gem using back air.
Don't waste my time.
Alright, so that puts us at about 1200. So seems like a good place to call it for the day. Alright, see you next time.